Welcome back to the Maximum Cricket Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Hunter, and let's review Day 5 of the Test between England and India.
Maximum, the first of this contest. Oh, that is brilliant. It's a hero maximum. On the ground, down the ground, another hero maximum.
Now, it's a review about England versus India, but it could really just be, let's talk about the open wicket between Root and Bairstow, because that's basically what it turned into, an absolute exhibition. And it's crazy how a team like England, who they won one game in 17, could barely get 300. Like, that was the thing, they couldn't get 300. If I go, let's look at the scores from the Ashes. This is every innings from England. 147, 297, 236, 192, 185, 68, Scott Boland, 294, 270, 188, and 124. That's a whole series, folks. They got bowled out by 120 odd against the West Indies on flat wickets. Just this summer alone, they've chased 270 odd 5 down, 290 odd 5 down, 290 odd 5 down. And now, probably the greatest of them all, 378 for 3 in the fourth innings, going at almost 5 and over. India didn't even get a second new ball. This is the first time in the history of the game that India have lost a test defending over 350. The whole of Test cricket. That's absolutely phenomenal. It shows two things. How crucial mindset is to a team, and also it shows how bad that England team was for so long. Okay, I don't know. It makes you wonder, like, obviously they were never that bad, but the mindset was so bad. Like, how can they? And everyone talks about the batting and stuff, which is great, and it has been set up a lot by these older balls and the ball's not standing around for long enough, and they're getting soft. And yeah, we'll get to that for India later on. But this is great. Like, from a neutral, I mean, it's good to see someone else get taken to. As Kohli might have pointed out that his bowlers are a lot faster than Southee, but well, it didn't matter, mate. It did not matter. Yeah, didn't matter because your so-called faster bowlers still went about 6 and over. So there you go. But I don't even know where to start. Like, let's start with the man of the series, Joseph Root. I mean, where do you start with him? He's the best batter in the world, test batter in the world. 142 not out of 173 balls, 82 strike rate. I mean, if you see that in a one-day game, that's a good innings. You're happy with that. Unbelievable. The rotation of strike is phenomenal, and he's got every shot in the book. That's his 28th Test 100. It still blows my mind, that stat. I'm guessing it now, but it's probably about from 2 years ago, where they had the Fab 4 Test 100s. I think Root was about 10 behind Smith and Kohli. Williamson was about 7 behind, and now I believe this 100 puts Root ahead. I think in that time Root's had 11 hundreds, and I think only Smith might have had 100 or Williamson. Either way, Root is on top now, and he is getting better and better, and I don't see him slowing down either, especially with this new regime, whereas the other three seem to be on the decline. Probably less so Smith, but he's sort of just not quite the same. But definitely Kohli, definitely Williamson look a shell of themselves, probably more Kohli. So for Root just to keep going and going, because he was at the clear fourth. It wasn't close for a while, and now, I mean, if you talk about careers, you're probably still taking Smith. Just, I mean, you think about the 2019 Ashes away from home, sort of thing. But right now, if you tell me I want one batsman to bat tomorrow, I'm taking Root. I'm taking Root over anyone. Also, just on Root, he's England's best ever Test batsman. He's England's best ever ODI batsman. Are we sure he can't play T20 cricket? Like, there was a period where he was just taking the absolute piss out of a guy like Takor. He plays that reverse lap, which I'm pretty sure he's never missed. I've seen him play it 3 times, and all 3 of them have gone for 6. And how he can't play T20, any other team in the world, he walks into. He averages over 50 in one-day cricket. He averages over 50 in Test cricket. I think he averages in the mid-30 in T20s. There's no reason why he can't play. He's got a perfect game. He's the perfect anchor. I know he can score fast, so I get they just want bashes, but Jesus Christ, shows their depth. Speaking of their depth, Johnny Bairstow. What more is there to say about Johnny Bairstow? So, in Johnny Bairstow's last 5 innings, is it? 5 innings. Not 5 tests, 5 innings. He has 4 hundreds and a 70 not out. That is ridiculous. I don't know how that's even possible. I'm trying to think about how that works. So 400s and a 70 odd. So that would have been the Trent Bridge 100. Then he got 100 in that. Yeah, that's right. He got 100 in the third test, first innings. Then he got 70 not out. And then he's gone back-to-back hundreds in this test. And this is a new Johnny, because it was probably Joe Root the aggressor, which was kind of weird, but Johnny didn't need to. Johnny just batted. So it just shows how good. It's crazy to think that this player has been in and out of the England team for so long. It's wild to think that he needed the right management to do this. It's crazy to me that this hasn't been able to be tapped into at all. He's in his 30 odd, it's crazy. But it's just, he's shown he can do. He scored 114 off about 70 balls. Now he's done it off 145 balls. Is there a weakness for Johnny? If there is, I don't know. I don't know what it is, especially if the ball's not nipping around. Look, it's awesome to see. Particularly, it's cool to see the crowd just getting involved in English. I've never seen the English media and English fans so excited, and it's great to see. And let's talk about them being the best team in the world. Maybe we'll pump the brakes on that a little bit. Let's see how they go away from home. But this is great to see. And when a team has had so little to cheer about in the Red Bull game, they're playing in a way that's good for the game in general. So you just love to see it. I did a thing on Alex Lees yesterday. He's charging second ball. He's charging the second over, things like that. It is phenomenal to watch. And we better talk about India for a little bit. They clearly struggled. I think Shastri, their former coach, said they were flat today, which it did feel inevitable that they would probably lose today. I don't know what it was, but I think they will definitely rue the non-selection of Ravi Ashwin. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but if I'm looking at this card right now, I've got Jadeja 19 overs for 62, going at threes, and then you've got to combine 26 overs for about almost 170 from Siraj and Takor, who didn't look like taking a wicket, to be fair, once that ball started to not do as much. They relied on Shami and Bumrah to do a lot of the damage. So I just wonder if Ashwin could have provided a little bit more control. Maybe got a bit of spin out there. Jadeja he's a fine bowler. He's probably one of the best spinners in the world, but it's just a little bit negative at times. And it's easy to say in hindsight, but a guy like Ashwin, top 10 wicket taker of all time. He walks in any other team. Last year, this lineup worked, and the ball was talking for a lot of it. But they definitely, if they had the time again, probably should have gone to core on the bench, Ashwin to play, because Ashwin provides the batting at 8 as well. Takor didn't do a hell of a lot. So I feel like that was a bit of a missed trick. Where to now for these teams? I think we're on a wee Red Bull break, if you will. So I believe the next tests for England are South Africa in about the middle of July. The middle of August. So we've got a bit of time. For them to refresh, get into the white ball setup. There's a lot of white ball cricket going on, so that'll be exciting. So I'll wrap that up for this test series, I guess you'd say. And I've got the main podcast coming out tomorrow, so look out for that on your podcast platforms. Yeah, and I'm going to have a wee break. If you're listening on YouTube, I won't be doing any of these daily reviews for till that South Africa series. Have a wee break for now. So appreciate all the support from you guys. Been a blast looking after watching this new Bears ball era. And until next time, take it easy.